Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech doing the Hot or Not video for September 2015 with MTG Stocks. MTG Stocks is a wonderful website that is out there that really takes a bunch of analytical information from TCG Player, rehashes it up, divides it up, and does statistical analysis on it. And I use that information here as their partner in putting together this video series. This is one of 2 financial videos I do every month. And if you really like the financial videos, once I hit the $350 level on Patreon, I'm going to be doing weekly financial videos. Head over to MTG Stocks if you want to check out any of the stats that I'm talking about here. They've got great visualizations. First thing we're looking at here is Zozu the Punisher. I went to trade for one of these the other day and was surprised that no one I knew in my current play group had one for trade. This is a casual, fun card. It's also, well, fun is a hard way to put it. You're going to be taking damage every time a land comes into play. It's not a way to make friends in Commander, but in 1v1 Commander, you can do a lot of damage with this little guy. In a group game, it's also very powerful. I like this guy, and he really represents kind of the casual market and how casual cards slowly but surely go up over time. This is a card that is great in cubes. Also, I would definitely check him out. The next card that I'm looking at is one that is in this really weird state. Serum Visions, a lot of people are waiting for a reprint. It was a common, we're out of Modern Season, and it's dropped down a lot. I would definitely sell out of your regular ones, although hold a playset of 4. But what I would really recommend doing at this point is buying the promo visions. They're down to about $10, $11 a piece right now. And you've got this weird situation in the market. When a promo comes out, promos end up in the hands of individuals that are different from those who necessarily need them. This happened with Cryptic Command, with the player rewards. For a long time, the player reward textless Cryptic Command was the same price as the normal. Eventually, those promos get redistributed to the people who want to put really cool versions into their modern decks or legacy decks or EDH decks. And once those promos get out of the marketplace, the price will go way up. If you can pick up the promo Serum Visions for anywhere below $15, long term, this printing of it is going to be very valuable. It'll be worth a lot more than the regular version, and they're within $1 or $2 for TCG mid-player prices right now. We're also seeing the drop right now of Grim Tutor. I talked about this in another financial video, but this is kind of your classic spike in the market because it does really well at a single tournament. And then when people figure out that maybe it's not the reason that a deck won, or that it might not even be essential to a deck, it comes back down. As tournament results come out, you'll definitely see these spikes. And there's 2 types of cards: those that sustain the higher price because they're essential to a deck, and those that are just a flash in the pan, come and gone for a week. So with regards to Grim Tutor here, it's falling and falling quickly. It's down around the 230 range. I think it will settle back around 210 when it was up over 300 for a short period of time. And there's really 2 reasons for that. Number one is that a lot of the Storm builds are not using Grim Tutor, they're using Preordain instead, which is less than $1. A great card, really good card selection. But the other reason being that some people are brewing with Dark Petition, and Dark Petition actually saves you a mana and 3 life if you were able to get up to 5 mana. It's a wonderful search spell. It's situationally a little bit different than Grim Tutor. There are edge cases where you'd rather have a Grim Tutor or a Dark Petition. I have definitely tried Dark Petition recently, and I like it in Storm, although honestly, Preordain is my favorite. Unless Chalice of the Void is super popular in your current meta, I would go with the Preordain builds currently. I'm going to take a second here and point out the major price discrepancy with Dark Petition on non-foils versus foils. This is something you see a lot with popular Legacy cards. Legacy is such a small environment that the foils are often worth 10 to 20 times what the non-foils are worth, especially in smaller cards. You can often get a really good deal on the foils for something like Dark Petition because most people don't realize how popular it is in the Legacy format. The other area where it's really popular right now is EDH. In almost all situations, this is as good as Demonic Tutor, and Demonic Tutor is a $10 to $25 card in white border. Those are extremely played revised editions. In the right deck, Dark Petition is better. I would pick up foil and non-foil copies of it because the casual market lags severely behind the competitive market with its curve to increase in value. As more people figure out how good Dark Petition is in EDH, the normal non-foil price will go up, and if it ends up being really playable in Legacy, the foil price could even go up higher than it is now. But even if it doesn't, the foil seems very low priced for something that is likely to see a lot of play in Commander. Next card we're looking at here is Kira the Great Glass Spinner. She was down for a little while and has started to go back up in price. People have asked me if they should sell out of Kira at this point, and I'm recommending the opposite. Kira is a buy. She was a reprint in the first Modern Masters, was not in the second Modern Masters, and has a lot of long-term playability in Modern. She's a blue card. Blue cards have extra value to collectors. Now is still a good time to get in on Kira. Kira could end up being a $20, $25 card in the next year or two as we hit the next Modern season, and the foils could go way up beyond that. We've got another interesting one that is out of favor right now, and that is Stifle. And it's really because of Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time is the biggest threat in Legacy. It's the biggest thing that people need to deal with. A lot of people are running basics currently to make sure that they can get to their second land, and the Stifle land destruction plan is significantly less popular than it was a year or two ago. Combine that with the Conspiracy reprint, and this card has hit rock bottom. The Scourge ones are $7, where they used to be $25, and the Conspiracy ones are even lower than that at $5. This is a card that I'm trading for, hoping that Dig Through Time gets banned and that the Legacy metagame slows down to where Stifle, Land Destruction, those type of controlling decks really have, or tempo decks, really have an opportunity to play in the environment a little bit more. If Dig Through Time stays legal long term, Stifle may not recover. But I'm taking the risk here of picking up a few extra copies in hopes that the DCI decides to get rid of Dig Through Time and slow the environment back down in Legacy. Knight of the Reliquary has always been one of my favorite cards. She's got a lot of hype around her right now because of a card that was just spoiled, Retreat to Coral Helm. The combination of these two in Bant lets you do some crazy things. With a Hedron Crab, you can cruise through somebody's deck. There's a lot of cool combinations out there. In fact, MTG Stocks has a whole article that talks about those different combinations. Overall, Knight of the Reliquary has been a sleeper in Modern. And if Knight of the Reliquary finds a home in Modern, even if that home is kind of a mid-range deck with a combo out, this card will stay high long term. It's been printed several times. There's a lot of them out there right now, but Modern is the fastest growing competitive format, and the demand for this card will outstrip even a card that is heavily printed like this. I'm holding on to her and actually actively trading for her in hopes that she makes a comeback in Modern. Over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of people offer me foil shocks and foil fetches. I'm avoiding them like the plague. If you look at the interest list, for foils, almost all of the foil shocks are dropping and are dropping quickly. Overgrown Tomb, Blood Crypt, Hollowed Fountain are all on this list. Why? It's because of the release of the Expedition lands. Those people that want the coolest of the cool lands in their deck are looking towards Battle for Zendikar and currently liquidating their foil shocks. Foil fetches are also being moved, but at a slower rate, and the prices have not started to drop on the foil fetches yet. It's going to matter how pretty these are compared to those onslaught foils, whether or not the expedition becomes the premier version for fetches. The foil fetches are already pretty high, but foil shocks were lower in price than most people believe the expeditions are going to come out at. So the expeditions are going to become the premier copy currently. The last card that I really want to end on here is Lightning Bolt. I know it may seem like a strange one. It's a common. It's a staple in Modern, a powerhouse in Modern. And over the last year, we've seen it slowly climbing. There are 3 real premier editions of Lightning Bolt. 4 if you include beta. The alpha, beta, original Lightning Bolts are iconic to Magic the Gathering. If you would like a playset of those, it's still a decent time to get them. As Modern grows, this card will continue to go up in price because of the popularity of Modern. The 2 coolest looking versions to me are the Judge Foil, though, which is already over $200, and the Textless Player Reward Foil, which is just mind-numbingly beautiful. I had somebody help me complete my set recently, greatly appreciated that, and it's just an incredible looking card to have. These are the type of things that if you're building a Modern deck and you want to put something extra special into them, getting either that original Lightning Bolt or one of the rarer versions is going to make your deck look really amazing. This is also kind of one of the exceptions to the drop in price that you see from Modern staples. These premier versions are going to hold their value during the off season and then continue to go up when the next season starts. If you'd like to explore more of Magic Finance, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody who's over there on Patreon who has made this video possible. I greatly appreciate it. We've got a top 10 decks in Legacy coming out soon and a top 10 list for Battle for Zendikar. I'm also going to be starting an Ask Anything segment that happens weekly. I'm going to choose 3 different questions from the community to answer. One of those is going to be from patrons. The second one is going to be from comments in the video from the previous week. And the third one is going to be from someone who asked me a question in person. If you want to leave a comment here asking a general question, please feel free to do that. It could make it into the first video. If you want a better chance at getting it answered, becoming a patron, even at the $1 level, gives you a very high chance. And then if you see me in person, just ask me a question, and there's a good chance that that could make it into the video. Thanks. Enjoy your release weekend.
Ha ha